using several racial slurs.
It happened on Bruning Street over the weekend, and News 8's Whitney Burney in the newsroom after talking with that driver. Whitney?
Terrell Lipsy started driving for FedEx 2 years ago, and he says he's never experienced anything like this while driving that route. Tonight, we're not showing the attacker's face because he hasn't been charged. A normal Saturday delivering packages turns ugly.
Give your father. Give your father. What the? You dumb black. My dog is gonna do right now. You lose your dick and you get hurt. Cool, guy. Nah, dude. Just
A random man attacking 23-year-old FedEx driver Terrell Lipsy while repeatedly calling him the N-word.
I was shocked, confused, really irritated at the time, obviously. And so he ended up like stepping up into my truck, and I told him, I was like, no, you have to get down, and you can't be up here. And then I ended up calling the police, and he started like throwing stuff at me from my truck. He was like pulling fuses out of the little thing up there.
And it didn't stop there. Lipsy says the man then followed him to homes and began stealing packages. This one had medical supplies inside.
As soon as I seen him swing, I couldn't even finish the video, and I caught him. And so by now, I'm livid.
Lipsy's mother, Kathy Faison, still processing the almost 10-minute-long interaction.
To still feel like we have to deal with this, deal with the racial slurs, and I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure if it's mental or whatever, but for me, it's very upsetting.
The incident now sparking concern for other delivery carriers.
This was hate all the way. And if he's that angry, you know, he could have easily took this young man's life. This mother could have been at the medical examiner's office trying to identify her son.
In a statement to our newsroom, FedEx says, quote, "We are both saddened and outraged by the behavior exhibited in this video, and our first concern is for the driver involved." They go on to say they're working with Lipsy and police to further address the attack.
It was just crazy to me that somebody just randomly just kind of could do something like that.
Lipsy says he's now working with the Portage Department of Public Safety to press charges. We did request a copy of that police report to confirm an arrest and learn what charges, if any, that individual could be facing.
A Michigan man may now face a hate crime charge for attacking a FedEx driver, stealing his deliveries, and calling him the N-word repeatedly. The FedEx driver, his name is Terrell Lipsy, caught the assault on August 27 in Michigan on his dash cam video, shared it with the media. The driver said the man called him the N-word at least twice, rambled about his dog, and at one point said he would sick the animal on Mr. Lipsy. He said the attack didn't stop there. There's more background. Lipsy said the man then began following him to homes and stealing packages. Imagine the fear of this FedEx worker. One of the thefts was caught on a Ring doorbell camera. Neighbor Andrew Moore, who captured the video, said there were medical supplies inside of that package for his sister.
Mississippi family outraged, calling for tougher charges against two white men accused of chasing a black FedEx driver, one of them allegedly firing multiple rounds at his delivery van.
This man came within an inch of losing his life.
24-year-old DeMonterio Gibson and his attorney calling the incident racially motivated.
He was simply black while working. That is not a crime in Mississippi.
Gibson says in January he was driving a marked Hertz van with his FedEx uniform on when, after dropping off a package, a white pickup truck on the property began following him, then attempted to cut him off.
I swerved around him and I just started hitting the gas to try to get out of there.
But before getting far, Gibson says he saw something else.
There's another guy standing in the middle of the road with a gun pointed at my window.
When he refused to stop, the man began shooting, Gibson says.
All type of bullet holes in the back of the van.
When Gibson reported the incident to police, he claims he was asked,
"Were you at this address?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "We just received a call about a suspicious person from this address." I informed him that I wasn't a suspicious person. I work for FedEx and I was just doing my job.
8 days after the alleged incident, Brandon Case and his father Gregory were arrested after turning themselves in.
Had it been a black father and son duo that shot at a white young man, doing his job, do you think they would have allowed them a week to rest at home comfortably? No. They would have been immediately arrested that night and put in jail, and their charge would have been attempted murder.
Brookhaven Police Chief Kenneth Collins telling CNN they had arrest warrants drawn up and that race has nothing to do with the way the investigation has been handled. The elder case now charged with conspiracy, his son with aggravated assault and extreme indifference for life, according to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. They say both men are now out on bond. NBC News reached out to attorneys for both men but have not heard back. The case for some reminiscent of Ahmaud Arbery, a black Georgia man who was chased and murdered by 3 white men while jogging through a neighborhood.
We could have had the same situation here.
Gibson and his attorney are now calling on the Lincoln County District Attorney to upgrade the charges to attempted murder and for the investigation to be turned over to the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations. They also want the men to face federal hate crime charges and have asked the FBI and Department of Justice to investigate.
This emboldened white vigilante that believes that he can tell a black man to do whatever he wants. And if that black man doesn't listen, we're going to take it back to the 50s. Had Mr. Gibson stopped that day, and had Mr. Gibson lost his life, there was no video this time.
All right, Priscilla Thompson joins us now from 30 Rock. Priscilla, I understand you spoke with the district attorney today. What did he say about those charges and how he plans to proceed?
That's right, Tom. Our team spoke with the DA there, who tells us they are considering all appropriate charges, including attempted murder, but that ultimately it will be up to a grand jury to decide whether to indict and on what charges. Now